Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Admiral Markets webinar. Today is 3rd of February 2016. My name is Nenad, and today we will see trading lower time frames part 2. As you can see, the market is very volatile, and I know Law is saying that we have not uploaded lower time frames part 1. Don't worry, I will upload it probably tomorrow, but I will also repeat some important parts from the first part, and I will show you today actually how you can trade lower time frames by aligning momentum and trend. As I already explained in the first part, if you remember, the biggest problem is to actually align the time frame and momentum. And today I will repeat it, and then I will cut it to the chase, showing you how to actually trade by simple price action. You will see the simplest form of price action trading with multiple time frame candlesticks, guys. Of course, this will also be a part of price action trading school, but just for people who maybe are not available for price action trading school or still not attending, this is a part of price action trading school, will be presented in price action trading school, and this is the core, really simple way to trade lower time frames. You will see, maybe you will be amazed how the simple looks, how it looks very simple. But well, as you always know, so far I always want to keep things as simple as possible. Today we had also very good trading day. I hope that you made tons of pips today. Market started to move, and we will talk about it. So before I begin, as always, standard is disclaimer explaining that online education materials are available by Admiral Markets Estonia for a global audience. So take into consideration that the information is not suitable for everyone. If you want to get corresponding information, go to admiralmarketsglobal.com, select your country of residence, and contact an appropriate entity. Risk disclosure statement stating all possible risks associated with forex market. By accepting the risk, you're also proceeding further with me. And final part explaining that Admiral Markets will take no responsibility for information accuracy. This is in no way connected to MUK, and this is solely my opinion. So this webinar is for informational and educational purposes only. You know, all good stuff come with Supreme Edition. You can download it from Trader's Room. Also, you can go and look how Web Trader looks like. It's actually a great platform for trading. If you're not available to trade from your PC, just connect to your web trader and enjoy the trading. It's safe and secured. Also, Admiral Market officially best MT4 broker, and this is the link, guys. So you can still sign up for Forex Expo show. If you're not available to Forex Expo show, I will share the link with you where you will be able to watch Chris and me live broadcast. The latest information is also that there could be a live broadcast, so I will be sure to update you. So today's agenda: trading hours, pros and cons, why use multiple time frame analysis, and so-called rocket scalping. Price action rocket scalping, which is a part of PNT, which is also the core for price action trading school. So let's repeat the most important things. And before that, as I said, guys, it's very important for you to read carefully what I usually say and what I usually imply with Forex analysis. Now I will show you yesterday Forex, which is indeed a revision of our Forex setup from session recap, because as you probably know, I have advised you to close at break even, although you could have made some 20 pips of profit with euro dollar shorts. But here you could see a very clear, if 1.0985 breaks, we should see 0.50. Okay, so this happened today. So this was the main swing. The price went up, down. This is all intraday price action. And then the main swing breakout happened today. And I hope that you made really a lot of pips. I have even traded this. This is Camarilla MACD analysis, and it went perfectly in alignment with AccuPivot points. But it was very clear, guys. Even with your own systems, guys, you see 1060. I hope that you made at least 30, 40 pips with this, because it was very clear it will proceed to the upside. So euro dollar revised trade from session recap, and we can now proceed with the webinar itself. So best sessions are London, of course, and London New York cross session. Those are the best sessions to trade lower time frames. Lower time frames trading is usually scalping, but it can also be a scalp swing, which is something in between intraday trading and scalping. So good scalping setups are usually found 10 minutes prior and 10 minutes after TOTH. First 3 hours of each session are suitable, and usually first 3 hours of each session are most profitable. What it means, guys, is if London starts at, let's say, at 8 a.m., you should trade, the best trade should be done at 8, 9, and 10 a.m. If New York session starts at 1 p.m., then usually the best sessions are at 1, 2, and 3 p.m. So at 1, 2, and 3 p.m. for London, New York overlap. So that is when you probably will experience a lot of setups, a lot of good possibilities, and possibly that will be the time where you will make most profit from euro and dollar crosses. Of course, Asian session is reserved for Asia Pacific crosses, such as New Zealand yen, Australian dollar. And if you want to trade Asia Pacific crosses, of course, guys, pay attention to equities, which move forex market a lot, really a lot during Asia session. Pay a special attention to Nikkei, ASX 200, and China 50 indices. So those markets are also moved with forex market, and especially trading hours during Asia session can be very profitable if you get in a good trade of Australian dollar yen, which is my favorite pair for Asia session, and of course New Zealand dollar yen, but I prefer Australian dollar yen. If you want to trade lower time frames, then know that volatility should be present. If there is volatility present, we need momentum. For momentum, we need trend. So the way how I trade lower time frames is always aligning higher time frames with a lower time frame. And this method, which I will be showing you today, named PA Rocket or Price Action Rocket, is actually that is so simple, you will see. And if you see a big volatility, and if you experience a huge momentum such as we have seen today, just switch to this system and trade it. I actually made also a video of one of my, I can say, bigger trading accounts exploiting this method. And I've just shown money which can be made by trading this method, which is pretty much very, very simple. Let me show you, guys. Maybe I can show you the video itself now. Or yeah, I will reserve it for later. It's very, very effective when you see huge momentum and huge volatility, which I really like to see. Pros and cons of trading lower time frames. Of course, we can always see pros and cons. Different instruments lend themselves better to different time frames. Okay? Now ask yourself, do lower time frames simply suit a specific type of trader mentally due to seeking results quicker? Well, of course, guys, if you want to see results quicker, then you should obviously scalp, right? Because positional trades are for slow build up. For low to high build up, how I call it, we reserve scalping methods, and occasionally we can go with moving scalping to turning a scalp trade into an intraday position. And if you saw my ODN video today, I traded also on AccuPivot points. I traded a short on ODN video. That trade should have been a scalp trade, but I turned it into an intraday trade and I got something like 25 to 30 pips of profit. Before that, prior to that, I published Euro Dollar live trade video for 50 pips. So there are times where you use profit stop, and very often you will see that your scalp trades can be turned into intraday positions. Yes, Caroline, ODN is very suitable for Asia session, but today's market has been, I love this, okay? For me today, the market has been perfect. Even though New Zealand dollar hasn't retraced as I really loved it, I preferred New Zealand dollar retraced, but you will see that with this system, with this method, which I will be presenting you today, you could trade sometimes without a retracement. Because guys, you know, there are three different ways to trade markets. Usually, well, four, but let's say three main ways, which is positional trades, also known as retracement or trend trades. Then we have counter trend trades, which are also positional, but they're counter trend. And we trade scalps. Also, breakouts are usually scalping trades. So we can also make a fourth category, which is breakout trades. So for trend trades, we want to see POC, we want to see retracement, and then bang, we got into a trend and we go with higher targets. Now, if we don't see a retracement, we can trade pure momentum ride, which is also known as PA rocket, and that is what I will be showing you today. Carolyn, yes, you wrote it well the first time, AJ, indeed. And that's okay. Of course, guys, it's very important for you to understand the principle, and Kusuki is asking now the principle of first 3 hours. So he's asking, if I want to trade only dollar yen in Asia trading, what time I must start? GMT. Usually good GMT time for dollar yen is 1 a.m., which corresponds to 2 a.m. my time. So yes, it's 1 a.m. GMT usually, Kusuk. So you can try AM GMT. Yeah. Usually around 2 a.m. my time or AM 1 a.m. GMT movement will start. Before that, we will see some ups and downs, no clear direction. What I also wanted to say, okay, a trader doesn't care where the price may go. He's there to trade it, guys. We care only if we want to make positional trade, such as when I tell you about setups. And Carolyn, you again went in a trade which we had as a losing trade, which is pound dollar, but we had great wins on dollar yen, dollar CAD, and Australian dollar on session recap. So sometimes you're really, I need to say, a bit jinx for those trades, which is really funny that very often you pick up the trade which goes really like a jinx, like a, it's like we say it a jinx. So my advice for you is always be there to trade all those setups and place a trade. When you trade all setups, you can divide your risk. So if your risk is 3% for all of those trades, again, you will be profitable. And yes, you can see here, this is important. If you can overcome the issues, you can make a lot more money shorter term, because you can risk 3 times per day instead of 10 times per year. So I still think that if you haven't made some good profits so far, you can do it. But you just need to find your risk, guys. I already explained that. I can explain it again in the webinar. If my first trade, let's say that I can risk, this is simple explanation, and I will repeat it again. Let's say that I can risk 0.5 lots total per day. It doesn't matter the pair, it doesn't matter the stop loss. Let's say that I have calculated that I can risk 0.5 for, let's say, 80 total pip of stop loss. So I will divide it. My first trade will usually be 0.10. Because if I lose this trade, next trade can be 0.2 or 0.3. But it's very rare that I will lose a second trade also. So if I lose this one, I can still be in front by doing 0.2 or 0.3 trade as an, and I'm still within my 0.5 risk. But the problem is, if your first trade and the only trade per day is done with maximum risk, then you probably don't have a chance to place a second trade. That is what I have experienced, guys, and I think that I will make a webinar when I get my 200 euro account to 1,000 euros. I will show you how to do it also. But first, I need to do it myself, of course, obviously. The thing is, the hardest part, if you trade with $100 or $200 on ECN account, usually you won't be having any chance for a second or third trade, because you will be opening trades with full margin. Well, Caroline, again, if you blow your account, it's okay. Don't grieve for that, because that will be one of the things which will make you more experienced. Please, guys, if you have opportunities, and I'm sure you have, read our blogs. Chris and I write blogs each Wednesday. He writes it on Wednesday, and I write it on Sundays. I always try to get you some things from my personal experience. In 2 weeks, I will be publishing also why these kind of things, why mentoring is good. And I'm your mentor. So I want you to be successful. So remember, guys, even if you blow your account, for example, because you over risk or you didn't place a, whatever the reason is, that will still be a good experience. No one is successful all the time. And even though if you blow $100 or $200 account, it doesn't matter, guys. It's not the money which is important for your living. A lot of traders ask me, can I live with $10,000? Can I make a living with trading $10,000 account? And I say, yes, you can make a living only if you want to live beneath an underpass, beneath a bridge. It is what Dale Pinkert has been saying, and I really liked that statement is very true. You cannot live by trading $10,000 account, but you can make some additional income, which is always good. Okay, you need to be realistic. I don't want to lie to you, really. You cannot live with $10,000 account, but you can make additional money which you can use to buy something which is useful to you. I will answer the question, so just let me finish with this. So Carolyn, yeah, the answer is no, but I will explain why. So the thing is, guys, if you watch our session recap webinars, and you see that usually we have a lot of pips kicking in, from time to time there will be movements which are not in our sometimes we cannot analyze those movements. For example, pound dollar loss, which happened on last session recap. Well, you see, there was a complete change of a trend on pound, and tomorrow it's a huge day for pound, so it will be again a huge movement. We can even see a sell tomorrow. So guys, for example, we had a great trade on Australian dollar, a great trade on dollar CAD, and great trade on dollar yen. That is why, because those pairs have been moving in accordance to technical charts and fundamental analysis. But pound dollar went off its tracks. When a pair gets off so-called equilibrium, that is when we can expect some losses. But of course, when you manage your risk properly, there will be no huge losses. It's still manageable. So no, okay, day trader exits their position and a swing trader puts a protective stop. Scalping trader usually overtrade or over risk. No overnight exposure on lower time frames. That is one of the pros of lower time frame trading. Position risk is largely determined by position size, which is also good. Scalpers are prone to daily news releases, definitely. So you need to be aware of the news. And scalpers are able to make money faster. This is also the truth. But guys, the biggest drawdown of scalping is you need to babysit a trade. Trades can happen very fast, and it's very hectic, mind-blowing sometimes. Now, why use MTF? Because you want to align the trend, you want to align the momentum, you want to align the target, the stop, and you want to cherry pick entry. This is how I will show you to trade price action rocket system. Karen is asking, is it better for him to trade stocks? I think that with stocks you will lose a lot, Carolyn. You can try, but I don't advise you to trade stocks. You can try it just for an experiment, but then you will come to me again saying that stocks are not for you. What you need to do is place your trades, manage your trades accordingly, babysit it, and find a logic behind those trades. Even if you lose from time to time, you still need to find a logic behind your losses. Believe me, when I go for a system, when I want to create a system or a method, the first 2 or 3 months are losing months. Even I, as a professional trader, cannot align all the indicators with price action properly. That is why I need to test it. And that is why I always test something before I present it to you. Don't be fooled by others saying that they don't lose, everything is good, everything is a win. It's not. The life is not so simple. The trading is not so simple. The truth is, overall, you want to be profitable. But sometimes you will lose. But overall, in 3 or 6 months, you should be profitable. That is what you should count. Not a one trade or a week or a month or 2 months. Go for 3 or 6 months. Mr. Gaspacho is asking, what realistic percent gain per year for professionals? How I see it, I have, for example, on my Camarilla MACD account, I have already made like 40%, but it's much more than I have expected, to be honest. Uh, it depends, Mr. Gaspacho, it depends. If you want to build the account from low to high, then usually you need to take a bigger risk and you trade with margin. That is why I'm trying, and I hope that I will succeed to bring $200 ECN account to $1,000 account. That is 5 times. So I needed to take a bigger risk. On the contrary, on my Camarilla MACD, which is also a professional account, it's like 40% at this point. So I will stop trading it probably for the next maybe 5 or 6 months, because I have already made 40% in it's not for the whole year, but for last 4 months I've been making like 10% per month constantly. I also will show a statement. I have all statements, but I need to make a webinar, special webinar for it. So I want to break all prejudices about forex trading, and I will show you how you can also do it with your own accounts if session recap is not enough. But I think, guys, I always show session recap slides, what I have predicted and what happened after it, and at least you can make 30, 40, 50% of pips on session recaps. Of course, I know that session recaps are not the only trades you make for the week, because probably you make a lot more trades. But well, if you go just with session recaps, okay, then guys, well, you know that you can make a lot of money. But I know it's hard to follow just one simple setup for the week. So let's get back to our main subject. Why use multiple time frame analysis? Align the trades, align momentum, align the targets, align the stops, and cherry pick entries. And just to be honest, Mr. Gaspacho, my goal was to trade better than banks give you for the whole year. So if banks give you 12%, 1% per year, I go with 12 to 20% per year. So this now is much better, but try to stay on in between 10 and 40% per year. That could be great. 10% is also great because you are much better than banks. Okay, so this is what we will use with trend trades. You're using higher time frame trend for aligning the price. It's usable only within trend trades, and the larger the time frame, the more likely and important support resistance levels would hold. So for price action rocket scalping, we use MTFs, 1 hour, 30 minutes, 15 minutes, and 5 minutes. Here is the simple explanation why we use MTFs. 1 hour is for main trend, then we will use M30 for momentum, okay, then M15 for momentum, and M5 for an entry. Simple as that. If all candles are bullish, we wait for the price to go 2 pips above the close and we open a buy position. But you need to see an hourly close. If an hourly close is bullish, you drop to these time frames and cherry pick the entry on 5 minutes. So first you need to watch for 1 hour. If it's a bullish 1 hour, then watch these time frames. These time frames, because this is momentum, need to be aligned. This is scalping. So you're actually exploiting the pure momentum. Okay, there is no momentum loss as we usually see for retracements. No momentum loss, guys. This is pure riding the momentum. So you go with scalp, bang, bang, you're out. Okay. Carolyn is saying, this is incredible. I was just about to test this with 3 time frames, but on higher time frames. What a coincidence. Carolyn, when you think of something, usually you will send feedback. You will send a signal, and sometimes the universe will respond by aligning those thoughts. And occasionally, when you think of a person, that person will call you, or you will see that is the same. Our thoughts are always connected, and this is it. Also, guys, the minds of traders should be also connected, because if you go as big fish do, and I always say, guys, we are a small fish. Of course, we cannot move the markets, but we can follow it perfectly. And trends are made by institutions, by central banks, commercial banks, hedge funds. Those are market movers, and we are following the markets. We want to follow the big fish, not retail herd, as we call it. Okay, how it looks like. So this is Australian dollar, this is dollar yen. Australian dollar bullish 1 hour. Okay, the last candle bullish. You don't need to watch for current candle. The last candle is important. This is bullish. M30 bullish, M15 bullish, M5 bullish. Usually this would be M5 corresponding to hourly close. Here is the screen. So bullish, bullish, everything is bullish. And you see if M5 is bullish also, wait for 2 pip break of the last bullish M5 candle. But please check after you want to make an entry that M15, M30 and 1 hour is also bullish. Dollar yen, bearish. M30, let's say bearish. M15, bearish. And M5, if it's bearish, go with a short trend 2 pips below the price. Australian dollar bullish, Australian dollar bullish, everything is bullish. M5 will be bullish too. So what you ideally want is to align all of those time frames together to give you a perfect trend. So for example, you see, you want to align all of those time frames. Okay. See, now the signal will be probably for a long trade on euro dollar, but it may happen simply because I will show you guys the chart now. Don't worry. Okay. Simply because you see how, okay, here, you see, now it's end of day. But the logic is this. This could be a long trade. Okay, this could be a long trade on euro dollar. But this is not EQ pivot point, Alexa. This is something different. EQ pivot point is based on this method, of course, but this is not EQ pivot point. This is price action rocket, but it has some principles. Now, guys, of course, I won't be opening long on euro dollar. The only reason is for this, although this could be a profitable long, but the thing is, for this kind of trades, price action rocket, you need to see a rocketing market. And today's price action was perfect, guys. New Zealand dollar. Remember what happened with New Zealand dollar? We had a huge bang, bang, bang to the upside, and it went accordingly, in perfect accordance with my POC analysis with New Zealand dollar. So when you don't see a retracement, you know that there is a big trend, and you can open for this rocket system and try to trade it. Because when price starts to move rapidly in one direction, this is the time when price action rocket will work in your favor. See, now it's even on low momentum, you see that euro dollar is climbing, because both trend and momentum are aligned. Although we don't see a big of momentum, because you know, guys, it's end of day, it's 5:35 GMT, the move has already happened, all resistance have been broken, but still you see how momentum works in our favor, even though if there is no big momentum. New Zealand dollar, let's use this example, and then if anything is not clear, guys, you can ask questions, of course. Okay, New Zealand dollar. We waited for the retracement, right? But the retracement has never happened. Let's say that we have started to trade here at this time. Okay? So you want to align everything. You want to align everything. Okay? Just follow the candles. See? Everything has been aligned at 3 GMT plus 2, 3 p.m. platform time. Now you just wait for the entry. Okay, here it was, here we had an entry. 2 pips above this price. So when you see that everything is aligned, you don't see, sorry guys, frozen, I don't know why. Okay, here, New Zealand dollar. 3 p.m., 3 p.m., 3 p.m. And my analysis showed a long trend on New Zealand dollar. And I told you we can go on a breakout retest or POC. We didn't have a breakout retest nor POC because we had a huge momentum to the upside. There was a huge momentum to the upside, guys. But look what Rocket method, which is a part of PNT and price action trading school, told us. Look, both the trend and momentum have been aligned, and here, look at this. A lot of pips could be made on scalping the market. Really a lot of pips. Look. Yes, Alexa, you're right. Lately, breakouts simply don't make retracement confirmations. So when you see a huge trend, a breakout, you simply cannot go for a retracement. So no trend trades, but that is when Rocket can help you to actually scalp a few pips, even though the market is low or high. You can try to scalp a few pips here and there. And of course, guys, if you do that and place a stop loss should be below 5 pips below last 1 hour high or low. So this is it, guys. As always, you can see how simple this is. You can use it to your advantage. Very simple, very straightforward. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask me. And of course, guys, enjoy the market as it is now. Don't go for counter trends now because market is trending. At least market is heavily engaged in intraday momentum. So be careful. Yes, Alexa, he says, split money management and trading in the zone really helpful in this situation. Today, dollar news scalp trends. Indeed, you're very correct. Yes. And Ron, for this you don't need any indicator. For this you don't need any indicator. This is as clear as it can be. Just align the way I'm showing you and you will be safe. But you need to see a big momentum. When you see market moving fast, like today, just switch to price action Rocket and try to exploit the move. Okay, this is the simplest form I could have ever explained to you for price action Rocket. Net is asking which pair is the better. Fast moving pairs, not. It doesn't matter which pair. Euro dollar, pound dollar, whichever pair is moving. The primary prerequisite for this way of trading is you need to see market moving. You need to see pairs moving fast in your direction. It can be New Zealand, it can be euro dollar, it can be pound dollar. It doesn't matter. The main prerequisite is that markets should move fast. When you see a fast movement, that is when you jump in. Hope that this helped. Law is saying, does euro dollar accumulation phase may be over? This is dollar squeeze. So yes, I think that we could see buy into dips, and I will prepare new euro dollar analysis for Monday. Let's see what NFP will tell us. It will depend a lot from NFP, but could possibly be buy on dips, but let's wait for NFP. Don't forget, it's Friday, NFP Friday. Okay? Okay, guys, I don't see any questions, so if everything is clear, as you can see, this is very simple, very straightforward. I hope that you will use it to your advantage. Very simple, really very simple method based on price action, naked trading, and price action trading school. So thank you for listening. I will be here with you again. As always, guys, cheers and trade safe.